If you thought the X-Men was just a fantasy, then think again. We have a real-life X-Men living amongst us. Yes, genetic mutations do exist in humans, and the uncanny fact about it is that they have too some incredible powers. Here is a list of 7 superhuman powers from rare genetic mutations. Super immunity to cholesterol. While most of us have to worry about limiting our intake of fried foods, eggs, or anything that we're told is on the cholesterol raising list of the moment, a happy few people can eat all of these things and more without fear. In fact, no matter what they consume, their bad cholesterol remains virtually non-existent. They possess a genetic mutation which reduces the responsible gene for increasing bad cholesterol known as PCSK9. And while it's usually unlucky to be born with a missing gene, in this case it seems to have some positive side effects. Golden blood. Many of us are told that type O blood is a universal type that anyone can receive, but that's not true. Apart from the 8 usual types, there is one which is considered extremely rare, and it is known as the Rh Noal. This blood type, as its name states, does not have any antigens in the Rh system. This type is so rare that only 40 persons on the planet possess it, amongst which there are only 9 donors. What makes this blood even more interesting is that it totally beats type O blood in terms of being universal donor, since even O-negative blood isn't always compatible with other types of rare negative blood. Rh Noal, however, works with nearly any type of blood because Rh Noal blood has 0 antigens, so it'd be given to practically everyone. Because of its limited supply and enormous value as a potential lifesaver, some doctors have referred to Rh Noal as golden blood. Super clear underwater vision. A lot of animals are made to see underwater, or to see in the air. They can't do both. We humans are made to obviously see in the air. Whenever we try to see underwater, our vision is blurry. That's because the water has similar density to the fluids in our eyes. What is surprising is that the Moken tribe inhabiting areas of Burma and Thailand have exceptional vision, even up to 75 feet underwater. Basically, sea nomads. The Moken spend 8 months of the year on boathouses. They gather resources from the sea using traditional methods, which means no modern fishing poles, masks, or diving gear. Children are responsible for collecting food from the seafloor. Through this repetitive and consistent tasks, their eyes are now capable of changing shape when underwater to increase light refraction. Thus, they can easily distinguish between edible clams and ordinary rocks, even when many meters below water. Super Sleeplessness. If it ever seems like some people have more hours in their day than you do, it turns out they might just have more awake hours. And although health guidelines recommend a minimum of 7 to 8 hours of sleep a day, there are those who can do without it and still maintain a healthy lifestyle. These people aren't necessarily tougher than the rest of us, and they haven't trained their bodies to function on less sleep. Instead, they have a rare genetic mutation of the gene DEC2, which causes them to physiologically need less sleep than the average person. Super pain tolerance. Some research has shown that people with red hair have higher tolerance for stinging pain and spicy food. While this could have something to do with the rumors that they don't have a soul, it's more likely to be a variation of the gene MCR1, which produces red hair and also restricts melanin production, the reason why all redheads are so pale-skinned. It's probably a good thing that they can take the pain too, since the same gene mutation causes them to be less responsive to anesthetics that are injected under the skin. Super flexibility. People with a genetic condition known as Marfan syndrome tend to be extremely flexible. Actually, horrifyingly flexible. So horrifying that they can make a career out of playing disfigured ghosts and ghouls in horror movies. Or at least that's what the Spanish actor Javier Botet did when he found out he could bend and twist his body into insane, contorted positions. People who have Marfan syndrome tend to be abnormally tall, have elongated limbs, and be highly flexible. However, it is a spectrum disease, meaning that people with mild cases can lead fairly normal lives, but severe cases can lead to heart defects and other organ failures that could be life-threatening. High-density hard bones. Much like Superman, those with genetic mutations of super dense bones don't attract the risk of breaking them. prevalent among the Afrikaans population of South Africa. Such people live through life experiencing an increase in bone mass, making bones denser and less susceptible to breakage. Caused by the mutation of the SOST gene, which controls bone growth, one can only enjoy the benefits of stronger bones if they inherit one gene from one's parents.